Being first to the taste, 1.8 million people have visited Grant Park in the last week.
The Taste of Chicago is a showcase for many city restaurants, but should you be wary when you eat there? With a hidden camera, we put the festival to the same kind of test we use to uncover unsanitary and sometimes dangerous food practices at the city's restaurants. Pam Zekman led the investigation. She has the results, Pam.
Catherine and Lester, the city is so concerned about food safety at the Taste that all restaurants there must send their supervisors to a special training course. And city health inspectors are there to watch them at every stage, when the food is delivered in the morning to the cleanup at the end of the day. But despite those inspections, we still found problems. All day long, they walk from one concession to another at Taste of Chicago. 6 inspectors a shift, checking procedures at each booth and taking food temperatures to make sure it's safe to eat. And with millions of people eating here, the city's effort is impressive, with general signs that workers are taking proper food handling seriously.
This is our 19th year of Taste of Chicago. We have not had any confirmed foodborne illnesses.
But what happens after the inspectors are gone? To find out, we brought an undercover camera here to the Taste of Chicago and got a taste of some poor food handling practices at some of the concessions. At the concession for Kwang Noodle Restaurant, a worker rolls up his sleeves, adjusts his pants, touches the bottom of his shoe as he rolls up the cuffs, wipes his face, and then gets back to work, using his dirty hands to fill trays of ready-to-eat food. We showed a restaurant consultant our undercover tapes. Dangerous?
Very, very dangerous. It's no less than licking the floor.
And after taking a break to eat some food, the woman in the hat returned to work serving customers without washing her hands.
It is code. Anytime somebody eats, they have to wash their hands.
Then, apparently still hungry, she sticks her fingers into a warming tray holding food for customers and has another bite to eat.
She's touching other people's food. That's disgusting.
I told the restaurant owner what we found, and he admits that what his staff did was wrong. Bad?
Yeah, bad.
As for the woman we caught dipping her fingers into the food reserved for customers,
Maybe she hungry, I don't know. Now I told her, don't eat from here. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, you saw me.
at the booth for Harry Carey's restaurant, fried dough sprinkled with powdered sugar is a favorite out front. But holy cow, in back we watched as one worker touched his face with his hand, wiped it with his apron, and returned to handling cooked dough, touching it with the same hand.
It's contaminating his hands, it's contaminating the food, the sugar. It's disgusting. I don't want to eat that.
Another worker wipes the sweat off her chin, then fingers the powdered sugar to remove clumps.
Her sweat, her fluids are on the sugar now.
And after wiping away the sweat, this worker did the same thing to the dough.
The sweat is all over what they're serving.
And can contain bacteria?
It does contain bacteria.
It's watched, most of the time it's regulated, and most of the time I'm on that.
The concession manager says the workers should have washed their hands.
We like to keep our hands off the food and the plates as much as possible, and they're trained to do so.
The city provides portable hand washing facilities like this to be used routinely throughout the day.
We encourage them every 5-10 minutes to wash their hands.
And are the employees supposed to wash their hands if they, have to wipe off sweat from their...
Yeah.
But his employee handling the steak burger buns didn't.
There's a big problem, is the clothes, the hair, the sweat, the mouth, the fingers in the mouth, it's dirty. It's unsanitary, it's contaminated, it goes onto food, and then other people ingest it.
If I saw one of your employees licking her hands, her fingers, and then touching buns...
They shouldn't be doing that.
I told a city health official about what we saw with our hidden camera.
Certainly it's not appropriate, and if we found that, we would counsel them on proper technique.
Think you're doing a pretty good job out here?
We do an excellent job out here.
Later today, one of the owners of Harry Carey says there are temporary employees at their taste booth who don't work at the restaurant. The booth, he says, is managed by a food service company that specializes in outdoor fests. If there were lapses in service, he says, it was temporary and we wouldn't see it today. He says that's because staff has now been instructed to increase hand washing. Catherine and Lester.
While on the subject of hands, Pam, I am amazed to see these workers aren't wearing the plastic gloves on their hands.
There's a lot of debate about that. We did see, I'd say 90 to 95% of the workers at the fest were wearing gloves at these concessions. At these booths, they weren't. There's an argument against it. They say there may be a false sense of security when you wear gloves, and you could still touch your body in places that you shouldn't and then touch food. But they weren't wearing gloves there.
The city doesn't regulate it?
It's not required by law. It's recommended by the state that they wear gloves, but it's not required by law.
Pam.
Thank you.